Greetings, Brick Maniacs, and welcome to a Thursday Sit Rep. Today I have Amanda with me in the studio, and we're going to talk about new releases, restocks, and everything exciting and fun that's going to be happening in the next week.
Definitely.
When you see this video, we will actually be on the road. Where will we be at?
Brickfair, Virginia.
Brickfair, Virginia. That's happening this weekend. In fact, by the time you see that, it'll already be underway for the exhibitors. And we will be also there to celebrate the...
the anniversary.
Yeah,
That's a fourth, right? Fourth anniversary.
Fourth year anniversary, if you can believe it, of the Brickmania store, Capital Store. Which
Capital Store. It's a great store, huge space. If you haven't been there, totally check it out. It's amazing. It's a beautiful store.
Right, and we'll be there.
Yep, and we'll be there. We'll totally be there.
So
we'll be hanging out.
In spite of the beautiful store, we'll be there.
That's right. But the store is so cool.
Yeah, the store is great. We love it. So we're going to be there. It's a little early actually celebrating the fourth anniversary, but since we're already going to be in town for Brick Fair, we decided to make one event. We'll talk about the event exclusives at the end of the sit rep, but for now we're gonna talk about what new releases.
New releases.
Yep.
So the first one is this great plane, right, from Andrea.
Yeah, these are Friday drops.
Friday drop. Yep.
That's tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Central Daylight Time. So Andrea, yes.
Andrea.
Andrea, yes.
Andrea.
Without the S, it's just Andrea.
Yeah, and it's the PZL
11.
11. There,
PZL 11. It's a very unique aircraft. This was
it was. I did it. So I did the minifig.
Stanislaw Skalski. He's a famous World War II Polish fighter ace.
First Allied ace, actually. Really interesting history. Basically, Poland was being invaded, and they flew and did amazing, trying to protect it, and it didn't work as well as they were hoping, obviously. But
I think they were hopelessly outnumbered and battling on two fronts.
I mean, ridiculously. I mean, they had these little tiny planes that they were trying, but they still managed to take a lot and do a lot of little good.
Right. Yeah. So this is a unique airplane. It's a gull wing plane. So it's a monoplane. It means that it's one wing, but it's a gull wing. So it has this like
bit of a
there's a lowered midsection of the wing, so the pilot can actually see out of the cockpit.
Interesting.
You get visibility. Lots of actual aerodynamic benefits of the gull wing, but mostly it's just for wing location. So they could get the wings up high, but still have this path that you can see down for the pilot to see it on the cockpit. So these guys were fighting at the beginning the German Messerschmitts, the German bombers that were attacking Poland.
Yep.
And kind of against all odds, the Polish Air Force was pretty small compared to the Luftwaffe.
It was interesting trying to find what flight gear and stuff they were using, because they basically went from the invasion, so like right before and right beginning the war, invasion, to France, and then right into the RAF.
Yeah.
And so they were wearing RAF stuff within a year of everything, less than a year of everything happening, was my vague understanding of things.
Well, I think they actually escaped. I mean, these guys escaped either in planes or on foot, overland to escape the Germans once the Poland was overrun by both Germany and Russia. Don't forget the Russians attacked from the east as well. And ended up in France, and then ended up in and the French wouldn't let them actually fight.
Yeah, they were very much like no, and it was a bit of a hardship.
I think the French were like too cautious of their aircraft. And wouldn't let the Polish. These guys are aces. These were the most experienced Allied fighter pilots there weren't allowed to actually fight the Germans, which they were actually excelled at. Yeah. And they were using, when they did fight them, they were using these sort of antiquated planes that were not up, compared to a Messerschmitt. These things are, BF-109.
They were way outclassed, but as far as speed and what they could do, but. It was the stories. I read a couple stories that were very, very interesting of just like how well they still were able to do, and how, first aces. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And most of them went on to become, if they hadn't been aces or double aces or whatever. I think it's called double aces.
I think you can just keep going.
I think it's just. I read somewhere. I couldn't remember.
After 5, I think you're still
you just
an
keep
ace.
going. You're just an ace. Anyway, but they continued to rack up numbers.
Right. These Polish pilots ended up in the RAF flying like. Hawker Hurricanes and everything, Spitfires, everything the Allies were able to muster against the Blitz, the German Blitz, and then of course the re-invasion or the retaking, liberation of Europe, so to speak. Yeah. So there's a lot of like parallels with what's going on in the Ukraine, I guess, with the Ukrainian Air Force being put together by held up by its bootstraps, and the Polish did the same thing in World War II. So. against overwhelming odds.
Another really cool thing is we have a brand new 3D printed
I was looking at that.
designed by Camera Guy, and it is such a beautiful little piece.
Look at that, it's a gun sight.
It's got the actual sight in there. It's very close to.
Good job, Camera Guy.
Yeah, awesome. It's a nice little addition. It just kind of ties things together. And I know Andrea and Camera Guy were going back and forth a little bit because on how to make the size right and still make it sturdy enough. So.
Oh, that's cool.
I think it turned out great.
It's a great little addition, and what we're not seeing on this thing is the printing. So if we could throw a render up on the video, you'll see all the beautiful printing. So the very colorful white and red Polish markings would be on here if we had the printed parts. But this is also pre-order, so this is prototype model. As pre-orders go, that we are designing it into production now. It just went into production 4 days ago as this video. So it's very new. In the course of the next 7 weeks, this will be built, printed, and you'll see a finished product. We'll have a finished product to show you and do a designer desk for you in the future.
Definitely, that'll be great. All right.
So
that's that one.
The next, let's get this one. So this is another pre-order. This is a new M1044 Humvee. So we're doing this as a 30th anniversary of the Battle of Mogadishu.
Yeah, yep, and that was another fun one. The first round that we did Mogadishu for me, I didn't do any of the minifigs. I had very little to do with anything other than renders, and I think we did some other stuff. So I got to kind of deep dive on those guys, so that was pretty cool.
Right. So this is something that we've actually touched on a few times in the past. If you're not familiar with the Battle of Mogadishu, the movie Black Hawk Down pretty much covers the whole thing. I mean, it covers it on the surface. There's so much going on. There's so much history. Look it up. There's plenty of material online. There's plenty of books about it. But the most famous being Black Hawk Down, both the book and the movie. If it probably wasn't for that movie, a lot of people won't even know that this battle actually happened.
I know I wouldn't.
So we did this. I mean, it was like 13 years ago, I think, 12 years ago. Very early days of even, I think, one of our first 360 printed figures. So like at least 10 years ago when we first did this.
Yeah, I don't remember. So I know the Delta guy came out about 3 years
Well, that was
ago,
that was like our second generation. So
yeah,
we'll be releasing a new Blackhawk. It'll be like the Blackhawk that we always wanted to do. finally coming out. Yeah. So that's next week. We'll talk about that later. But for now, we're going to be releasing a new Battle of Mogadishu related item each week.
A lot coming out.
Yeah. So a new kit plus figures every Friday. For starting this Friday and then going forward. But you don't want to miss them because they're going to come out one after another, like bang, bang, bang.
Yeah,
so.
they're going to be. It's good looking stuff. I'm pretty happy with it.
And for this particular model, you're doing both drivers, or driver and...
So it's, so there's a driver and a gunner or a commander. We kind of went back and forth. I'm not 100% sure when we ended up with that one. But yeah, so new torso, 2 heads.
So these are U.S. Army Rangers from the Battle of Mogadishu.
Yeah.
So if you're familiar, it's one of the most popular figures we've done. In fact, this will be the 3rd iteration of this figure now.
Yeah. It was very interesting. It was, the gear and stuff they were using. They just switched from the chocolate chip to the the tea stain or coffee stain. Now coffee stain. I think they call it the coffee stain. Is what the guys or the soldiers were calling it. So that's more the 3 color desert, and so it was fun to kind of figure out why some of the pictures they had one gear and not. It was interesting.
I think the helmet covers were still the chocolate chip.
And that was the thing. The helmet covers were all still this chocolate chip.
And then the body armor that they were wearing
was the old woodland camo.
Right. So they had a lot of that stuff.
Some of the pouches.
Yeah. So we're gonna do for this particular drop. Comes with 2 figures. It comes with the 2 drivers. So it's sort of a repeat of our last M1044. I think it was billed originally as an M1025, which is the whole entire family of Humvees that this is from. Up-armored Humvees, up-rated Humvees, I should say, not up-armored. And this is the 1044. We've done it before, but we've incorporated a lot of improvements. We've been making Humvees for, I don't know, a dozen years now.
We've made a lot of Humvees, and every one they just seem to get a little better. And better.
Right. So this is the latest iteration. You're looking at a prototype, so there's printing on the actual that you're going to see maybe in a render. We can get that done before this drops. there is printing doors, windows, the grills, the usual stuff. And then, of course, the new design. So it does have the hatchback, of course, like you're going to expect. The turret rotates. There's a hatch on top of the turret. I don't have a figure to shove in here. We can stick this
There you go.
this sailor in here. But the figures will, of course, be in the turret. The door is all open. You can fit 4 figures inside. Even with the turret, you can fit 4 figures
Nice.
inside. Oh, and of course, if you need to fix the engine. Or actually, I
awesome.
think
I
it's
didn't know that part.
the radiator. The radiator's under there. So it does have all the features you'd expect from a Brickmania Humvee.
And also, I think we are releasing, and with this, the standalone
That's correct.
fig of the U.S. Ranger.
So we are going to be releasing the driver, the crew of this will be slightly different. I think it's mostly just their
A couple pouches, radio is a little different.
so they're actually so it's not just a repeat of the infantry, the boots on the
Yeah,
ground.
they're a little different. Not a ton, but a little different.
So there will be a rifleman that'll be accompanying this that you can order with. I think you can order up to 2 with your Humvee.
I
pre-order.
believe that's what we decided.
And we will have these available separately, but we want to make sure that if you pre-ordered, you're not going to have to wait like, hey, in 8 weeks, set my calendar, set my alarm to make sure I get some riflemen. We're going to give you a chance to get at least a couple of riflemen with your Humvee. So you could have a total of 4, the 2 that come with it plus the 2 standalones.
Yep, rifleman, and it also has a brand new brick arm that we
Right.
just got. The
M16A2.
thank you.
So we've done, Will has done an M16A2, but it had the M243 grenade launcher. Which was actually present at the Battle of Mogadishu.
Very much so, yeah.
The Rangers had them. There were Grenadiers, which we will do. Just, hey, that's coming up. But that's for different sit rep. But we got one without a grenade launcher. We were able to talk Will into it. Not that there was a lot of arm twisting involved. So that is actually out. We'll have some this weekend at Brickfair, Virginia. He's going to bring some. He's going to bring the first off the hot off the molds, the molding machine. So we'll have those available, but it will be perfect calibered in here, will it not?
Yes, it will be. It will be. Slam's been working on it, and Will's been making sure this thing is perfect. I think we're working on a couple of revisions. So just got the final one just came in hot this morning.
So no more 90s M16s, no more 1970s era M16s with your 1990s era troops. You now have the M16A2, the correct M16, your 30 round magazines, and we do have those magazines separately too. So if you wanted to have extra, it's not going to come with a kit, but
no, it's not.
You could go to brickmania.com, look it up, Google it,
Sure.
whatever, find it on the website. We do have it.
More gear is good gear.
So that's another pre-order. This is not this. I should say, I kind of back up here a little bit. Distinguish between the availability of these two. This one, the PZ11, this is a limited edition order. You're only going to be able to get this until we're going to put one batch up on Friday. I believe it's 50. If it sells out Friday, we'll try to squeeze in a restock right away, so you don't have to wait. But once those are gone, if the initial order is gone, you have a window of maybe 5 days tops that this thing's going to be around. And if you don't get in on that window, you're not going to be able to get it again. The Humvee, there's a limited amount going into production. We only have so many hands that put kits together, but it will be restocked in the future. So if it does sell out right away, you're going to be in luck down the road. It couldn't tell you when, but you will be able to get this on and off throughout the next year or so.
That's good. So little more chances to get 1, 2, 5, 10, whatever you need for your mock, right?
So, one thing we should talk about while we're talking about pre-orders for new releases, we do have the Gepard up here. This is sitting on the table for a reason. This is a Ukraine benefit kit, and it's going up yesterday. And you did a figure for this one as well.
Yep, I did this one as well, the Gepard, because I couldn't say it right, so I had to rhyme it with leopard, because I didn't think about it when I read it. Anyway, pretty cool fig. I was pretty happy with it.
And you have a unique sculpted element, right?
Yeah, brand new 3D printed element headgear. So it's the beanie that I did a bunch when I was looking at a bunch of photos and stuff. They all have just cold weather beanies on and headphones. And I said, it's about time. So we made one.
Right.
So we got a cool.
I don't think the Ukrainian Armed Forces has a standardized headgear for their vehicles. There's just, they're basically making an army out of nothing. And So yeah, headgear. They're wearing stocking caps.
Yeah. I mean, they look nice and warm. Most of them seem like they're fleece, so they probably got nice little wind protection. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool.
Great new element. So of course this is still a prototype. You're not seeing any of the 3D printed or the printed parts that are on here. This will have a sticker sheet, by the way, which is kind of unusual.
That's true.
Slam was going to be on here talking about the sticker sheet, but he's dog sitting right now.
He's got construction going on, so his doggy came to work.
Oh wow! So we are benefiting by having Slam and his puppy in the office, but he can't. He'll have to talk about the sticker sheet when it comes out. We'll talk about this more down the road. But yeah, another thing, if you get a chance to and want to support Ukraine now, go ahead and pre-order this thing. We haven't done. Our effort to do a kit last month was stymied. In June. So we couldn't do a pre-sale. So,
but we got this awesome one.
A slight setback of plans, but here we are.
That's all right. It happens, and now we got cool moving action. Look at this. Woo, so many playing things. Love it.
Okay, so up next we're going to talk about the drops that are happening today. These are or tomorrow. These are new release drops. Some of them have been in the pipeline for a while. So the two box sets that we have on here, the Panhard, the VBL Panhard, and the Bluesmobile. These were items that should be arriving in stores or in your mailbox if you were alert enough and on the ball and pre-ordered them 7 weeks ago. You will have your chance. You will be surprised when these things come in the mail. You probably won't be surprised because we're giving it away.
We're telling you now.
But they also should be arriving in the stores. Yep. So get yourself. I almost said get your to the Brickmania store. Get
your hindquarters to where they need to go.
To a Brickmania store. You can get. If you're there at the right time and when the box arrives and they're not already they're already claimed by other people, you would be able to get yourself a Panhard or you'd be able to get yourself a Bluesmobile. Yep. We are in batch 5 now. It's been hugely successful. If you jumped on it when it first came out, you should be getting yours. This week, right?
Yeah, I think it all gets delivered and.
It should be Friday's technically the release date. So chances are, I was just down at customer service. They're packing up these orders. They're going out. So by the time this video is on the air, almost the entire first batch should be out the door.
Excellent.
And you can either go to the store or you can open up your mailbox if you're alert enough to order it. But there are more copies of the Bluesmobile up. There's more batches.
5th batch.
We're on our 5th batch now. 6th batch is actually on the schedule. It's just selling as fast as we can make them, actually faster than we can make them. So if you want to get one anytime soon, you're going to have to go and pre-order one. Get on it. We will continue to make them, pipeline them as quick as we can. But you can get your Bluesmobile. It comes with 2 great figures.
2 figs, yep. Good. Elwood and Jake. Very similar, easy to do guys, but it was fun to kind of give them a little personality.
Did you do a new headgear for these guys?
Yep.
That's a new custom element.
It's a brand new custom element, specific for this kit. Maybe use it in the future, but it might literally be only for this kit.
It was like kind of their trademark hat.
It is very much their trademark hat.
So Blues Brothers, Panhard. It's sold out. This is Andreas from Norway designed this one. This is ASAP's kit. This one's sold out online. It sold out in that first weekend,
it was pretty quick.
And there is a French rifleman that came with it.
Yep. So this little rifleman, kind of a fun little camo on him, a little bit different than the normal multi-cam.
So French modern French rifleman. Yep. He was available as an add-on with the VBL. We have some extras. They're going to go online. You can get those. I don't know if we're going to make more. I imagine we will in the future. We'll make some
eventually
more. Every time we make one of these kits that comes with an add-on, it's a toss-up whether we're going to make more or not down the future. But I think enough people are going to request it that we're going to end up having to make additional copies of that.
I do know that every time that we've put the add-ons back on drop day, they go fast. So get your fingers ready.
It's basically what we have is we made a batch and it's if everybody ordered the full amount, you could have we made enough to cover all those bases.
Yeah, they go fast.
But we actually have extras this time, so not many, but they will go fast.
So not that guy, and then this guy.
Another drop. This one will be
also dropping.
This one's in stores. You could go online, order them now. You could go to your Brickmania store and quite possibly even at Brickfair, Virginia, we'll have them with us. This is the
U.S. Navy sailor in dungarees.
Right.
In our classic series, so the classic yellow again, which is kind of fun to bring back.
Yes, and this if people remember back a few years ago, when we used to sell just torsos and legs. And, this was one of our stock figures going back to like what 2010 or something, like 2012 I think is what it was.
Before my time.
Yeah.
With us, that's for sure.
I probably about 2012, 2013, we first started getting our own custom figures made.
Sure.
This was one of our originals. It was a classic. It's featured on several of our big ship mocks and stuff. And you could, if you really want to, you can put on a K-Pop life jacket over.
Oh
it.
yeah, we got those for sale.
But if you're making a World War II ship or a PT-109 or something like that, and want some crew, this is an easy way to get you some crew.
Definitely.
For it.
Nice simple design.
Yeah.
Classic.
Budget price, so budget-friendly price, and it's printed. It's not a sticker or anything like that. Okay, restocks. So every Monday, of course, is restock day. This coming Monday, no exception, we're going to be dropping a restock of the, is it M1151? M1151A1. It's a U.S. Marine Corps Humvee, and this one has the collapsible Marine Corps turret. That's another batch going into production. If you want to get one early, we'll do our normal drop day discount on here, so look for that. I'll put the drop day discount coupons. In fact, all of these things have drop day discounts. I didn't even remember that.
There you go.
They're all good. If you order on the first 2 days that these things are released, you will get a drop day discount coupon. I totally forgot about those. So drop day discount coupon for this. We will put those in the description. But it's 15% off if you order within the first 48 hours of the release coming out.
48 hours to get that coupon. I like it.
Yep. So Marine Corps, the M1151A1 Humvee.
Nice.
Of course, officially licensed from AM General, the maker of the actual Humvees. So other restocks, we do have that torso there. We can stop this thing. This is the classic rifleman torso.
Yep, U.S. Rifleman, World War II.
This is, I think in the history of Brickmania, we've probably sold like 6,000 or 7,000.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
Maybe it's even closer to 10,000 of this.
Including in kits, like, yeah, it's a lot.
So this is a two-sided print. This is like what, a restock.
So the first one was like, what, a month ago? Not even?
Yeah, 2 months ago, I think.
2 months ago? Yeah, something like that. And so, this is the restock of the classic Rifleman.
We just can't keep them in stock, is basically
it was very quick. It was fast and it was good.
And did you do this one?
Yep, this is mine as well. I've done, actually, I think most of the classic guys are now under me.
So the classic series, we did this way back when, and we originally started doing pad printing.
That's right, that was before.
So they were very simple prints. And now we have better technology. I wouldn't say better, it's different technology. It's a different aesthetic, but we're able to do a little bit more finely detailed stuff. So Amanda, you did a great job remaking the old classic into...
Yeah, trying to update it a little bit because I think even Lego style has changed a little bit.
Sure.
And kind of, the style that we've been doing here obviously has changed a little bit. So a simplified classic version of what we currently do is what my goal was. So.
Right, and I think that Lego is taking a cue from what the fans are doing, what the fan businesses and the aftermarket businesses are kind of raising the bar, and Lego has to follow suit. So
sure.
So we are pushing the boundaries, and of course Lego follows suits. The whole. I mean, we're just making everything better.
Everything's canvas and art, right?
Right.
It's good times.
So there are other restocks. So I don't have them with me, so I'm just going to read them off, and camera guy can do his magic with the other with putting them on the turntable or wherever they're going to be. Okay, so other restocks dropping Monday will be the World War II German rifleman with splinter smock, the Vietnam War U.S. Navy helicopter crew, General Patton in the decoration uniform, which you did a great job. That was awesome.
Thank you.
The World War II U.S. Army rifle torso we talked about, and then 3 perfect calibers. So perfect caliber Brick Arms SVT rifle V2, Brick Arms Carcano M38, and the Brick Arms Mosin Nugent rifle with no scope. So those are the restocks. There are other restocks coming out on Monday too. So kits that if you ordered back in the day, 7 weeks ago, they will be arriving in your mailbox or in the store. So that includes the Ju-87D Stuka, the German dive bomber, the Ghost of Kiev, the MiG-29. We did a small batch of those. The Ghost of Kiev missile pack, and then the Ukrainian SOF operator. So the SOF operator, of all the 4 I just mentioned, that's the only one that's completely sold out online. So the only way you're going to get one of those is to get to one of the Brickmania stores.
Head on over.
Yeah, and if you really want to make sure you get it, call them up, make sure they actually have it, because I'm not sure if every store actually restocked it. But
Don't know.
yeah, so but they should have them. Every store. I was just in GHQ. They have them.
There you go.
Yeah.
Come on down to Minneapolis.
Yeah. So those are Monday restocks.
Up to Minneapolis.
Yeah, those are the drops. Those are the restock drops. They're available for pre-order, but will be arriving in your mailbox or at your local store.
Excellent. Well, that's exciting.
So
Lots to build.
yes. So the last thing we can talk about.
Last things last. So these are our store exclusives.
That is
for
correct.
Virginia.
So we are on scene in Virginia. We are bringing cases of these. So by the time this video arrives, we should be arriving. We should be there. Hell or high water, we will be there.
We'll make it.
With all of the store stocks.
Yep.
These are Brickmania Capital Store exclusives that we will have not only at the store but at Brickfair, which is directly adjacent.
Oh yeah, like walk up across the parking lot. It's great.
It's not even across the parking lot.
It's like
literally next door.
It's right. Oh no, that's right. We knew that.
So next door. So if you walk out of Brickmania's store, hang a right, turn right again, you will be in this thing. It's this thing that they were nice enough to throw in our front yard called Brickfair Virginia.
Yeah, that's right.
It's, we didn't invent it. I'm just kidding. Brickfair Virginia has been going a lot longer than the Brickmania Capital Store. We just happen to be located directly next door.
Right next to it.
So this is a new tradition that we're started. Every year we kind of up the ante with our stores.
I think it's really exciting. I really like it.
And have a location-specific kit. The only way you're going to get this is to come to the location or be lucky enough to have one of us or a friend go and buy the set and bring it to you. But this is this year's 4th anniversary celebration. We're going to have it's a Battle of Hampton Roads Civil War ironclad set. Yeah. So is this another one designed by Andrea Bonensegna from Italy.
There you
go. He did a great job on these. It's the Monitor and the CSS Virginia, or known as the Merrimack.
Okay.
So Monitor and Merrimack, Battle of Hampton Roads, ironclads. Lots of unique printed parts in here.
Yeah. It's a great desk model.
It
is. It's a good one. I really like it.
Yeah, it's a naval classic. And now, of course, people are egging us on to build a 1/35th scale display model. So maybe for the store next year we'll have one.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And then what is this guy?
This is our brand new Tomb of the Unknown Soldier Guard. Honor Guard. Honor Guard, excuse me. You're right, Honor Guard. He's got the pin even. So he's got brand new headgear and a brand new special for this guy brick arms, perfect calibered by Slam. I designed the fig. I was really pretty honored to do this fig. I thought it was really cool. I did a lot of interesting history research on him and just found out more. Uniform's super simple, so I didn't really need to dig that far. It was pretty quick. But finding out some of the more of the background stuff I thought was interesting, so I ended up deep diving on it a little bit. But I found out they get to wear their ribbons that they got previously in anything else they've done. That's allowed. But they don't wear their rank, obviously, because they can't outrank those who are buried in the tomb. So I thought that was really, really neat. And then they have their guard, when they get to wear it. It's quite small on this because it's quite small. But they have a pin, an Honor Guard pin as well, which some of them wear, some of them don't. It's just as soon as they get it, they get to wear it. So
cool. And we should say a special appreciation to Will from Brick Arms for making that special.
Brand new.
It's an M14 rifle with the bayonet that we only have.
Without magazine as well.
Yes, and it's special just for this
figure. For this fig.
Yeah, I mean, I assume that we will actually sell this, but if you want a perfect caliber one, the only way you're going to get it is with this figure.
Yeah, no doubt. So that was really cool of him to get this to us fast. It's a great fig. I'm very happy.
Yeah.
Great sunglasses. Got a little reflection going.
Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, Honor Guard, otherwise AKA the Sentinel.
The Sentinel.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's available this weekend at Brickfair, Virginia, or at Brickfair Capital Store. If they sell out, we will restock it at the Capital Store throughout the year. It is not available online. You have to go to the store to get it. This was a special request by the Capitol Store. It was their idea. They get to add it. They own it. They get to have it as their special for at least a year. Maybe we'll open it up for everybody else in the future. I can't guarantee that. Sure. It just depends on it, if there's demand exists for that.
Sure, makes sense.
So let's talk about what else we're bringing out there.
Not going to fall over, I promise. All right, then we have some other exclusives that were for World War Brick, right?
World War Brick exclusives. Yes, we are grabbing, since we are leaving from GHQ, I went over to GHQ and grabbed some of their Minneapolis specific kits. So that's the World War II SAS Raider Jeep. So it does come with 2 Desert Raiders SAS figures, which may or may not resemble some actors from a special TV show that was just on.
Slam made these ones. I missed that, to be honest with you.
Right. I noticed an uncanny resemblance. But
funny.
That would, it could just be coincidence.
It's probably coincidence. Let's be honest.
So
no one watches anything.
So you get the Raider vehicle. That was the World War Brick event kit.
Yep.
We have a few left over, and I just happened to on the way out the door. I'm going to grab some of these because
cool.
we're going to go where the people are. Not people aren't necessarily going to be coming to Minneapolis specifically for this kit. So I'm going to help some people out, and I'll have a limited amount of these with us. And
then we have our SAS guy as well, who's sweet. He's got this awesome Meg light. Actually, he's not a Meg light. Excuse me. This Meg-looking light.
A gigantic light.
It's a gigantic light that is taped to the gun.
Yes.
And then a special head gear piece as well, which
so
it's
a hood and gas mask. Yes.
It's a hood and gas mask, and the hood is actually cut off of a hazmat suit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they cut them off of the suit.
So the SAS Special Air, is it Special Air Service? So this is Operation Nimrod, correct?
Yes, Operation Nimrod. Sorry, I should say that.
So these are Operation Nimrod. This is the storming of the Iranian embassy, where Iranian terrorists actually took over the embassy, held hostages, and then of course the SAS, being the SAS, were sent into remorselessly
get the people back who were being held there.
Kill the terrorists and free the hostages.
And they did, with very little issue from
very little,
very impressive.
Very little collateral damage. I think all of the terrorists except for one were killed. The other one was taken alive.
Yep, and I think there was very little life lost, so it was good. Very interesting book and movie about Operation Nimrod, but a movie is on Netflix currently.
Oh, wow.
Too, about it. So that was good. It was good stuff. Got Jamie Bell in it.
Cool.
So, yeah.
So those will be with us at Brickfair, Virginia, while supplies last. We're not grabbing a whole bunch because, of course, these are the GHQ's kits and figures. We're not going to wipe them out just for the sake of bringing it. But we are going to do everybody a favor, or the first dozen people or so. If you're on the ball, we will have these there. If you don't see them, ask. But if you don't see them out on the table, at Brickfair, Virginia, we may already have sold out. But ask us. We will be there. So in Brickfair, Virginia, I should just say we are the sponsors of the event. We are the main sponsor of Brickfair, Virginia. We always have a sponsor booth right at the entrance. So as soon as you walk in, right there. This is no different than previous years. I think previously, if you walk in, we'll be right there. There's a huge Brickmania sign. Because of the floor plan, we're kind of at an angle, so we'll be off to the right a little bit when you walk in. But we will definitely have a little store. The exclusives will be there. We will have the location kits. We'll have the Battle of Hampton Roads. We will have the Sentinel at our booth. But next door is where the action is. Yeah. We're going to be doing all kinds of fun stuff. There's a whole schedule of activities for the whole weekend. So we'll be doing Build-A-Rando, which we haven't.
That's right.
We've never done Build-A-Rando outside of a GHQ or a World War Brick event. So
that will be fun. Yeah.
So Build-A-Rando, we will have a Ukraine benefit raffle. I believe I'm going to raffle off a Gepard kit. So
excellent.
So and then some other goodies that were donated to us by the supporters of the Ukrainian aviators and Ukrainian defenders. They gave us some goodies that we can throw in there. Plus, I believe we have a Zelensky figure from Citizen Brick.
Oh yeah, I think
which
we
is
do
really
have
rare. Those came out just like one. There was 2 real fast drops. They went up. They go up for like $200 or $300 on eBay. We have one of those. Joe was nice enough to donate a Zelensky figure, one of his originals. So we'll have those. That'll be thrown in the box. There's a whole prize package raffle off, and then Saturday night. if you bought a raffle ticket, bring your raffle ticket, and you will be entitled to entrance to the Brickmania pizza party. We're gonna have Saturday at 5.
All the partying.
Yeah. So we will have pizza. Bring your raffle ticket. That's your entrance to the pizza party.
Hang out with us.
Yeah.
To chat. Good time.
Yeah. So raffle tickets be on sale at the booth, and we might actually be able to have the tickets on sale in the store too. But that will be going on until once we start with the raffle tickets until the event gets done. So.
Good.
Well, at Saturday night, I guess. We're doing our meet and greet. We're going to be meeting and greeting with pizza stains all over our face.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
That's fine. It'll be good.
Yeah.
We'll bring some napkins.
Yeah. Alrighty.
See you in Virginia.
Yeah, well, we'll see you.
We're already there. I don't know.
Yeah, by the time you see this, we will magically be transported.
Wait, could that actually work? Just cut and we're there. That'd be great.
Yeah. The 17 hours of driving ahead of us.
Hence the cut and could we be there?
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, let's open our magic portal and get to Virginia.
I like it.